Hey, you probably don't know me yet, but you've probably seen some of my clients. Millennial nurses who are also moms who've dropped 2 to 3 scrub sizes in just 90 days while working in the ICU or the ER. Who've gone from working out 4 to 5 times a week and eating clean and their body not responding and having to hide in baggy scrubs to energized and confident. And who did it without restrictive diets, long hours of meal prepping, or having to burn themselves out through generic HIIT classes. And here's my guarantee to you. I guarantee you'll drop at least 2 scrub sizes in the first 90 days, not by doing more, but by fixing of what years of overtraining and high stress did to your body, or you don't pay me a single dollar. In fact, if you show up, do the work, and don't see results, I'll coach you completely free until you do. Let me show you exactly how this works and why this is completely different than anything you've ever tried before. Now look, I know you might be skeptical. You've tried diets, you've hired trainers, and you've tried programs that promise results, but nothing stuck, right? Let me show you something that might change the way you might think about why all of that happened to you. Here's what's actually happening to your body as a nurse and why traditional diets and workouts are scientifically designed to fail you. When you work 12-hour shifts, especially night shifts or rotating schedules, there's 3 things that happen to your metabolism. First, your cortisol spikes and stays elevated. Patient emergencies, difficult doctors, life or death situations, no bathroom breaks for 6 hours straight. Your body takes all of this as life-threatening stress, which floods your system with cortisol. And when cortisol stays high, your body literally reprograms itself to store body fat, especially in your face, your midsection, and your thighs. And it doesn't matter how clean you're eating, your biology is working against you. Second, your hunger hormones are completely dysregulated from your irregular eating schedules. Some shifts you don't eat for 8 hours, sometimes you're grabbing food out the vending machine or a quick snack in the break room. Your body has no idea when food is coming next, so it holds onto every calorie and it cranks up its hunger signal. That's why you're starving after every shift even though you ate. Third, your metabolism shifts into what I call conservation mode. After months or even years of irregular eating patterns, high stress, and poor sleep, your metabolic rate drops. Your thyroid function starts decreasing. And now you're gaining even more weight even though you're eating less than you used to. Does this sound familiar? It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you're undisciplined. Your nursing lifestyle has literally reprogrammed your metabolism, and every diet you've ever tried has been working against your biology instead of working with it. So what do you do about it? That's exactly what I'm about to show you. But first, let me tell you quickly how I figured this out because I had to learn this the hard way. A few years ago, I was watching nurse after nurse come to me completely defeated. They tried keto, intermittent fasting, Orange Theory, berries, Pilates, every diet out there, even macro tracking, and nothing worked long term. They'd lose 10 pounds, but then they'd regain 15 pounds when life got chaotic, and then they'd completely blame themselves. But here's what I noticed. They were some of the most hardworking and disciplined women that I've ever met. The problem wasn't them. The problem was that every diet or program that they've ever tried was designed for people with predictable 9-to-5 schedules, consistent sleep, time for meal prep, and nurses have none of those things. So I started researching what happens to your metabolism after shift work? What happens when you have poor sleep or that you have to work 12-hour night shifts? How does high stress and cortisol affect fat storage? What works when you can't even have time to meal prep? And I built a system just for nurses. One that actually works with your schedule, with your reality. I call it the Nurse Metabolic Reset, and I've helped over 200 nurses drop 2 to 3 scrub sizes, rebuild their energy, and find their confidence again without restrictive diets or long hours in the gym. Let me show you exactly how it works. My Nurse Metabolic Reset is built on 3 core pillars. Pillar number 1 is the Metabolism Reset Protocol. This is not a diet. This is where we resequence your fuel, your timing, and stress load so that way your body feels safe. High stress and high acuity forces your body into survival mode. Over time, your body learns how to maintain its weight on fewer calories and more effort. So instead of cutting harder, we do the opposite. We stabilize your food intake, we anchor protein, we control timing around your shifts and your training. This then tells your nervous system that food is controlled and that your body is safe. You don't need to conserve anymore. That's when fat loss becomes possible again without eating less than what you already are. Within 7 to 10 days, your energy starts stabilizing. The bloating goes away and you start dropping weight consistently while eating more food than you did before. The second pillar is the shift-proof training system. HIIT cardio, Orange Theory, berries, HIIT classes all feel productive, but in a metabolic adapted body, it actually suppresses fat loss. So instead, we keep training effective, not exhausted. Strategic strength work, progressive overload, low impact movements, just enough stimulus to build lean muscle without lighting up your stress response. The goal isn't to burn more calories, it's to raise your metabolic demand for long term. That's why my nurses often often get leaner with training less, not more. And here's the key, it's designed to work with your body, not against it. And you'll actually have more energy after your workouts. The third pillar is identity and load management coaching. And this is what makes your results stick. We teach you how to read your body, when to fuel more, when to take a step back, when to apply intensity, and when stress is driving fat storage. Once you stop guessing and start managing load intelligently, your body stops fighting you. That's when being fit stops being something that's inconsistent and starts feeling sustainable. Through weekly coaching, our community support, and our identity frameworks, you shift from the nurse that says, I'm just trying to lose weight, to the nurse who says, I'm a fit nurse, this is who I am. And when your identity changes, that's when the results stick forever. Let me show you how this works in real life. Charlene was a picky eater and culture foods were a non-negotiable for her. Meal plans never worked for her either. She felt stuck because she didn't have structure. She would snack, she would crash, and then just binge on caffeine to get through her shifts. She tried fasting and reducing her calories, but it only made things worse for her. But she applied what I'm about to show you, and she ended up losing 12 pounds, her bloating went down, her energy went up, and she fit into her pre-baby clothes in just 9 weeks. And she did it without tracking every macro or giving up the food she loves. Or Ashley. See, Ashley was postpartum and was stuck yo-yo dieting for years. She'd start really strong, but then she'd crash and she'd have to restart over and over again. She tried Pilates. She even hired personal trainers. She tried the meal plans, but nothing worked for her long term. She felt tired and then she was just frustrated. Then she followed this system and lost 13 pounds, regained her confidence, and even got compliments at the family party in 3 months without avoiding rice or having to live in the gym. Or Heian. See, Heian worked night shift, broken sleep, weird cravings after work, zero consistency. She kept losing the same 5 to 10 pounds and then regaining it. She tried tracking macros and even doing extra cardio on her days off, but night shift just made it impossible. Then she rebuilt her metabolism first. Her energy came back, her cravings calmed down, and the yo-yo cycling finally stopped. Or Daphne. See, Daphne is a picky eater and eats cultural foods regularly with her family. Every strict diet just made her feel more deprived, so she would binge and feel guilty about herself. Then she applied the system, her cravings dropped, and her body finally started responding again. And she finally felt in control. And these aren't influencers, and these aren't fitness models. These are real nurses and nurse moms. Women working nights, overtime, raising their kids, and still transforming their body. These aren't special cases. These are nurses just like you. The same chaotic stress, the same busy schedules, and the same reality. The difference? They just had a system that actually works for nurse life. So here's what I want to do for you. I want to give you the exact same system that these nurses use. And here's my guarantee. You will drop 2 to 3 scrub sizes in 90 days, or we will coach you until you do. Here's how it works. If you show up and do 75% of your workouts, stay 80 to 90% consistent with your nutrition protocols, do your weekly check-ins, and you don't see measurable results or drop 2 to 3 scrub sizes, then we'll continue coaching you completely free until you get the results we promise you. Why would I do this? Because I've done this enough times to know that when nurses follow the system, it works. The only question is, are you finally ready to fix this for good? Here's what happens next. Right below this video, you're gonna see a button that says book your metabolic assessment. On that assessment, you'll answer a couple questions about your shift schedule, your goals, some of your challenges. Then you'll book a free 30-minute assessment with my team. And if you qualify, on that call, we'll map out an exact metabolic transformation plan, identify your biggest struggles, and see if the nurse metabolic reset is the right fit for you. There's zero pressure, zero obligation. If it's a good fit, we'll start immediately. If it's not a good fit, no hard feelings, I'll point you in the right direction. But here's the thing, I only have space for a limited number of new nurses this month. Once those spots are gone, the application closes. So if you're serious about dropping 2 to 3 scrub sizes, and if you're tired of feeling exhausted and hiding behind baggy clothes, if you're ready to become the fit nurse you know you're capable of being, click the button below and book your free assessment now. 90 days from now, you could be 2 to 3 scrubs smaller, fitting comfortably in your jeans, energized through your 12-hour shifts, feeling confident and taking pictures proudly, and living as the fit nurse and not just trying to be one. Or you could be in the exact same place you are right now. The choice is yours, so I'll see you on the assessment call.